Hello, this is Ramesha with vocalbliss.net. Today I would like to talk about a couple of simple tools that you can use to reduce vocal stress. This is especially important when you have to speak for extended periods of time and the voice gets tired, maybe hoarse, and there's maybe a little bit of stress and tension already for what you are doing. Maybe you're under some pressure for some deadline, or you have to deal with a lot of people asking a lot of questions, and it's very, very easy for the voice to get tired and hoarse in those situations. But it doesn't have to be. There are ways that you can use some simple tricks that you can make your own as you speak and really allow your voice to stay relaxed and for you to be able to speak without a lot of stress. One of them is very, very simple. It's just about breathing. Breathing correctly when you speak, whenever you use your voice actually, is very, very important. The breath is really, it's like the motor that sustains the voice. It starts from here, it doesn't start from here, although obviously the lungs are very important, but the real foundation of the breath should be more in this area of your belly and your diaphragm. So what we're going to do today, we're going to focus on learning and becoming really aware of the process of breathing happening from down here. If you can just practice a little bit of this simple exercise, breathing exercise, and slowly make the process of breathing from down here your own and incorporate it in your talks, in your speeches, and whatever you need to use your voice for, you will notice immediately a great benefit. Why is that? Well, one of the most obvious reasons is that although the vocal cords are muscles, they are teeny tiny muscles. They are not designed to sustain a great amount of work. These muscles, on the other hand, are a lot stronger, and when we use our voice, whether we're speaking or singing, what we need to do is to reduce as much as we can the tension and the workload really that happens here, and put it somewhere else. Where? Right here. So if we can keep the throat relaxed as much as possible, while at the same time engaging the muscles here as we speak, we will really accomplish a lot in terms of saving our voices, in terms of allowing our voices to stay relaxed, even through long periods where we have to talk and answer questions, sometimes even talking to a lot of people in a big room where you have to project very far. If you don't use your diaphragm and breathe only with your chest like so many people do, that is really not going to help you. And in the long run, and not even all that long, your voice will get tired, hoarse, and oftentimes some other kind of vocal issues can happen. So, how do we breathe diaphragmatically? The best way to learn it and to become aware of it is to place your hand on your belly. And what we're going to do first, we're going to take a few deep breaths. By the way, I suggest you stand or at least sit on a chair, but sit upright. Make sure that the chest is high and not curved in. Make sure it's open. Make sure it's high up and not like this, so that the belly muscles, all this area here, is free to breathe and move without any impediment. So, straight, put your hands on the abdomen, and just for a moment, let's just take a few natural breaths. Don't try to breathe in a particular, with a particular rhythm or anything. Just breathe and feel where the process of breathing happens. Relax your belly. We often keep our bellies tense, maybe because we're trying to keep it in and not let it maybe show too much. I don't know, it's a cultural thing. But relax the belly and take a few breaths. Feel that even with just a few breaths like this, you can, if you're relaxed, you can feel your belly inflating when you inhale and deflating when you exhale. And now we're going to emphasize this a little bit. So place your left hand on your belly and place your right hand on your chest. And why we do this? Because we want to make sure that the chest stays put. We don't want the chest to lift up like this, or the shoulders for that matter. Let's keep the shoulders and the chest completely relaxed for this particular exercise. And we're going to inhale only using the belly. So we're going to inhale and inflate the belly, and I can show it sideways, it's even easier. Inhale, you see the belly comes out, and then exhale. The breath goes out, the belly comes in. We're going to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Okay, let's do it together a few times. And so let's inhale, inflate the belly. Exhale. Inhale, inflate the belly. Make sure the chest stays down and your shoulders also. And then exhale through your mouth. Deflate your belly. And one more time. And relax your hands. If you have a hard time feeling the process of breathing in your belly, I suggest you try this exercise laying on your back. That is the easiest way to feel the process of breathing happening in your belly. Because when you're there, the belly is absolutely relaxed, and so you'll notice that it actually moves, even up and down. You can see it. Now we're going to do a little variation of this exercise, and we're going to do exactly the same thing, but when we exhale, instead of just exhaling through the mouth, we're going to exhale with making a sound of s. What you'll notice in doing this is that you'll have to make a little bit more effort with your belly to push the air out, because you're creating a certain resistance to the breath here, and so the breath, it takes a little bit more work to push the breath out. But again, I'd really like you to do it without engaging your chest and only using your belly muscles and your abdomen and diaphragm. Okay? So again, put your right hand on your chest, left hand on the belly. So let's take a deep inhalation through the nose, pushing the belly out, or inflating it, I should say. So let's do it together. Inhale. And now exhale. And again, inhale through the nose. Exhale. Inhale. So do this a few times. I suggest you do it also before you actually have to talk, to give a public talk, because it really warms up the breathing muscles. These are also muscles that need to be engaged and warmed up. And as much as you can during the day, when you're having a normal conversation, when you're not worried about delivering and speaking in front of an audience, but even just your day-to-day normal conversations, see if you can become more aware of inhaling, taking a breath, using more these muscles rather than, which is what comes more natural. They say that it's harder for women to do because of the reproductive organs that they have here. I don't know if this is true, but I know that a lot of men also don't breathe correctly with their diaphragm, and they, it's really also a result of stress. As soon as we're stressed out about something, we tense these muscles and our breathing becomes more and more shallow. We start to use this area only until there's very little oxygen really that we bring in. So learning to use your diaphragm and your belly more when you breathe is also very, very healthy and very good for your general well-being. So there's nothing to lose but only to gain. And again, this is Ramesha with vocalbliss.net, and we're going to talk soon about resonance. That's also a very important thing that can help you with staying relaxed.